Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. I wish I could eat your cancer when you turn back. Hey!
Very, very big day today. All right, so we just are at the gym. I have an 826 for 2 today, which is a lot of weight. This is going to be a PR, what, 15 pounds or something, 11 pounds. Worried, but I had a good drive to the gym, hyping me up, really just focusing on the mental status of this, because when it comes down to these numbers, it really becomes more mental than physical. And that's what I've found out kind of over the years, where you're not physically yes, you're physically lifting it up, but if I'm personally not ready mentally, I'm fucking screwed, right? So I have these drives in the car where I have key points that I have to tell myself and understand where I'm at and how I got there and all the shit that I did to get to this point, which is today. And there's always going to be multiple factors that you could come up in your head with why you shouldn't get it. Oh, I did this, or oh, I missed that, right? It's your job to minimize those factors, but at the same time, if those factors have came up where, oh, hey, you didn't get that much sleep or did not get that much food, right? Pre-workout, addressing those factors and still understanding, you know what? I don't fucking care. I need to still do this weight. And that's what needs to happen, right? Where in today's scenario, I'm at my home gym now, right? My training has been different. It's not like I'm training at the same times every day. My food has been a little bit different, but there's been a consistency in my training. My body weight is still at its high. I'm going to bed at 250. My mindset into this training, going into today's workout, is I still can fucking pull it. No matter the bar, no matter the weight, no matter the circumstances, my body is primed. My mental status is primed to pull this weight. And I am ready for the results that are about to happen. And that's what needs to happen, okay? This 826 for 2 needs to go down. In order to do that, as soon as these pillars fall, that gives me the trajectory of loading the yellow for singles, which is the 881. So I need to conquer this in order to do that. And if I really truly want that, I must truly want this. And that's the way I have to look at it, right? A lot of you guys, you just want these singles numbers. You just want these singles numbers, right? You have to do your due diligence. You have to do your doubles, the triples, the whatever the case is. And today is the 826 for 2. And I need to make this happen in order to fulfill those single dreams. So I have to hit those doubles.
The only reason you were the strongest sorcerer in history is simply because I wasn't born yet.
I'm on demon time out to the edge. Why take me this is I don't have no regret. I'm on demon time out to the edge. This practicing lean. Everyone know I call her king. Someone girl want sound like me. See why he be really want me. Yeah, really be baby as though they was me.
Of course. Doesn't matter how many allies you have. When you die, you'll be alone.
I was in the room. Watch that to a lamb. I was in the lab. Hands over lap. I don't wanna wear what wet. With it. That I die. Still my heart stop. Feel like crack, can't feel like spring. Which one of these feel like proper? Damn. But if I am one of those, I don't really give a fuck. Get money, catch out. I was really getting high with the motherfucking birds. When they was on there, talking shit like bird on Twitter. Be down in their VS, was all this. They hit it like glitter. It don't matter if I'm in the day, if it's more than a night there. Yeah, she put up our terrace on the ice. Look out now! I'm on the track.
All right, so we just finished up on the deadlift portion of the workout. We did the 826 for 2. We needed it, and we did it, and it wasn't easy, and it wasn't clean, but it was done, and I really have to just be happy with that. You know, you're gonna have training days where you make something super light, you make it look easy, and you have days where it is totally hard to get it even off the ground, and you just have to fight for every single little millimeter it gives you, and that's really what happened today, and that's really kind of the fight you have to have. Be very easy just to like set it down and give up, but we didn't do that today, and I'm very happy about that, especially with external factors that have happened. But I just talked with Coach Nori, and this is the game plan. I'm letting you guys in, so when it happens, you guys can go, wow, Sawyer, you said it was gonna happen, and it did happen. So this is the plan, right? We have Lift New York in about 2 weeks. September 14th and 15th is the Gymshark event. If you guys are in New York, pop by, say hello. I'll be doing meet and greets and lift events and all that kind of fun stuff. But what's nice is I'm going there on the week 1 of training, I believe. So very light stuff. I don't have to lift anything heavy, you know. It's gonna be pretty much just a recovery week. Then the following 3 weeks is still going to be relatively recovering, right? You might get up to maybe a top single of maybe 777, like we did the last few blocks when we pulled the 860. And I'd be happy with that. But I'll be in Houston, hopefully for 6 to 8 more weeks. Really get in that training, you know, and hopefully we can pull the 400 kilo. Now it's 881. Very difficult. You know, that's a lot of weight, but I truly think, especially with how my body held up with this, and the difference between what I did here, right, and back in Houston, is I'm pulling on a kabuki, but it's not the same kabuki. So I'll tell you guys, the bare steel kabukis, especially the version 1s they came out with, which is the one I have here, is way more bendy compared to the Cerakote ones and the ones they have on the market now, because this is what ended up happening. Kabuki made version 1 kabuki. It was the bendiest bar on the market. They used it at a few events, powerlifting meets, and a bunch of people hated it because of how bendy it was. You have to be super patient off the ground. Now, with a stiff bar, you rip it, barely any bend, comes off the ground easy, right? We love that. Deadlift bar, Texas, whatever, get a little bit of a bend, comes off down, easy, we love that. First gen kabuki, you rip, you wedge into it, bar bends, you wait, then it comes off the ground. It's a totally different pulling motion than if you've never pulled on kabuki, first gen, completely different motion. Now, if you pull on a normal kabuki that's on the market, black Cerakote one, whatever the case is, right? You'll still think it's bendy if you've pulled on a stiff bar or deadlift bar, but it's nothing compared to the original. And I stand by it. If you guys want to disagree with me in the comments, go ahead. But it is just more of a positional bar than any like specifics, positional specifics to put it in almost like the best terms possible. My technique has to be so much different compared to if I'm pulling on the kabuki back in Houston, because before I have my setup, right? My technique works for me on that bar. As soon as I have to go to here, I have to change my leverages just a little bit because the extra bend changes my hip height. You know, sometimes if you ever see like you pulling and it's a side angle, your hips will like rise forward. That's similar to what happens on this bar because I'm getting more width, more bend in the bar. So I have to change my position, or else what ends up happening is I lock my legs out and then I fall forward. You kind of saw that on that second rep, and I really just had to lean back. And it's not how I want to pull or how I want to try training pulling because it doesn't feel good. So I'm happy that we did it on this bar because this bar is very hard. The stability you have to have on this bar, unless you're super wide and can just rip it without getting hit by that whip, you have to have some strong ass stability. Like after the 826, I could feel my lats. Like I was like, whoa, my lats weird feeling, right? Like, oh man, this could almost like rip my lat off because it's like 826 going like this, you know? Usually it's just that. It's like that. But we did 826 in unconventional circumstances. And I think with just being able, how I could hold that, the stability with just holding that there and walking it out, I think we can do 881. If my body's doing good, if my mind's doing good. I couldn't even like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm like a little fried where it's like, I'm trying to get mad, but I'm not even mad. Like when I was trying to pull it, usually I can pull with a little bit of anger. I couldn't really lock into that, but I was able to still rip it for 2. So imagine, primed body, prime mindset, a little bit of anger. I think we could do 881.